Don't tell them.
All right, we are back. We're back. Did you miss us? I know you did, DC.
We had to take a bathroom break.
Everybody does that once in a while.
Exactly. I want a Patron break, but they won't let me have it. I'm sorry. I had to venture there. Why you staring at me?
See?
What'd I do?
I had my fair share last night. I'm good.
Oh, for real?
Oh, that's what that look came from, huh? You know what that look was? The look that I was holding on my face inside, but not on external. Because when you meet Mr. Foster first, he's very, oh, hey, how you doing? Your name's Cigapom. Hi, Mr. Cigapom at the school, but then.
Oh, really?
I don't want to see him turn up.
It's like the signal. I can't imagine him even being like, turn
I
out.
can.
Turn down for what?
He's from Uptown. That's Uptown. Don't get it twisted. That's what I learned about Uptown guys that's from back in the day. They play like they smooth and they got that side up. Don't let it fool you.
My mama listens to this show, so I have to keep myself up.
Well, mama know already.
Oh, yeah,
she had you.
Oh, yeah. She said, look, I understand you better than you understand yourself. So it's all good.
So you got the good hair and all that. You know how he was back in the day. You can tell. You can just tell. Terrible, as the girls say.
He was Donnie Simpson back in the day.
Oh, he was that guy.
Cuban. He was Cuban.
That guy.
He was Cuban. He was hanging in the old Mount Pleasant of Fort Stevens.
Oh!
Way up Fort Stevens where the Hispanic was just at right there when he first came in from Silver Spring. They had to go to Fort Stevens.
And you know what's funny? I went to Nativity.
See what I'm saying? He was, ¿qué lo que, papi? Yo soy tranquilo. Orgullo dominicano.
But that's my junior high school, not my high school's teacher, Miss Jefferson. She said, now, Foster, you understand that you need not mess with these little girls up here because they're going to be trying to find a way to stay in this country. So I want to hear that.
See?
I was like, trust me, I need to stay in this country. My brother found out I done something, man. I will be out quickly. I will be deported. We'll be all gone.
That would have been my hustle.
Oh, for real?
I'm selling green cards. Who want to get married? What? Today.
And you got to stay with me till after taxes for the first year.
Exactly. Exactly, of course.
Now, if any of you've tried this, we want 5%.
No, I don't want to be tied to this at all. You're not about to get me messed up.
I got security clearance. I'd appreciate keep my name out of things like this.
So listen, we're going to play a song by Fame, The Glory. Another local DC artist.
Yeah, Famous HipHoP, Bandcamp. Go download it.
All right. Here on MASSOV Radio.
Yeah. These are the nights that you remember forever. These are the feelings you want to last forever. Sharing with your niggas that you can laugh with and cry together. Raise your glass, get fly, live your life and then fly together. These are the times the shorty live for. If she die for you, then give her everything to live for. These are the times that I prepared for. Late night, early mornings, also I can stay on course to turn my dreams into reality. Yes, I say of course. To turn my dreams into reality. I say of course. I don't do this for the glory, cause everybody got a story. To my building is 20 stories. Shit, I'ma tell my story. I don't do this for the glory, cause everybody got a story. To my building's 100 stories. Shit, I'ma tell my story. Get your glasses up and toast to this. Celebrating early, that shot I took ain't supposed to miss. Fourth quarter, I promise I'm on some Kobe shit. Shy brothers grab that girl, approach her quick. Let her know she's everything you want and more. Her eyes telling the story and her body's telling a million more. Open the door, sometimes opportunity comes but once around. Don't let that be the day that you decide to gun it down. The thought of her in that moment, the all goes run around. Inside your head until the sun is down. The sweet taste, the victory, the allure of the mystery. Make your tomorrows today till your yesterdays are history. I don't do this for the glory, cause everybody got a story. To my building is 20 stories. Shit, I'ma tell my story. I don't do this for the glory, cause everybody got a story. To my building's 100 stories. Shit, I'ma tell my story. Blue skies I look up and I see forever. Long lines, they used to just feel like forever. 21 girls and forever 21. All getting in together thinking, man, I need my shit together. Bitches be so quick to doubt a nigga. These bitches be so quick to down a nigga. Then you come back in that bubble when they all looking lost, wishing they had found a nigga. Use every little situation as your motivation. Give me your motive and I see that life is for the taking. And they don't give you shit. Either you making or they taking, or you winning or you losing. Make a date with success, tell that bitch you choose.
Hey, I don't do this for the glory, cause everybody got a story. To my building is 20 stories. Shit, I'ma tell my story. I don't do this for the glory, cause everybody got a story. To my building's 100 stories. Shit, I'ma tell my story.
So that's our man Fame, the Glory, here on MASSOV Radio. A lot of talented artists here in the DMV. Man.
Yes.
A lot of talented artists.
Yes, there is, man. Do you mind if I shout out a few, though?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I need
Yes.
some new music to listen
Yes,
to.
Sir EU. He used to be part of the Ku Klux Klan. He had a friend named Aviana the Dromeda. He passed away. He was like 18 or 19, if I'm not mistaken. C.I.G.A.P.O.M, which has a brother, if I'm not mistaken, Jamal Gray, the Carryout. My family, Secret Society, AB the Pro, Benji, XO, Uptown XO. I got Gordo Brega. Who else we got? Man, there's so many people. Dagger is a good artist, man. You got Tragic. You got Hustle, Elroy Hustle. There's YU, Odyssey, Logic's crazy. Logic's a good artist, man. Jean Shelley, she's a girl. Jean Shelley or Shelley, if I'm not mistaken. She is sick. If I could find her for you before I leave, I'm definitely like this girl. I've never seen a girl rap with hip hop jazz and break down into a jazz like and what they call it, scattling. From rap. Killed it. Yes, like I said, music does certain things, and she did a certain thing to me for music.
Special thing.
Yeah, and it was like, so it's so many. Oh man, there's so many people. Slim Cat, which is a producer though.
So where's the best place to go to see talented local artists in the DMV?
When I started doing the open mics, let's just be clear. I was going through a situation. I just came home. Not in jail. I tried to hurt myself. I wanted to take my life. Okay. And when I came home, Uptown XO, I was trying to get back to that question when you asked what helped. Uptown XO is probably the reason why I'm still alive. I didn't want him around me. I just expressed this to him yesterday. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I didn't want him around me. The devil didn't want him around because I wanted to kill myself again. And he would not leave my house. So even how I met him when I walked back into my building, he seen me. It's like he just walked in my house. He didn't know I was Fruit Loops crazy out there, out my mind. So he didn't care, did not leave my house, and brought me back out here to the music. When I just came home, I was still sleepwalking, like just in boxers going outside in Greenbelt, right? Because I was so drugged up being there, and every day at my house, every day, and he's the one that brought me to the U Street, the Renaissance that we had, right. Pure, or bar none, let me say, the Republic Garden, U Street, the U Club, True School, State of the Union. You had the Caffer House, Live nightclub, of course, Bohemian Caverns, Island Cafe, Red Lounge, the I-Bar. I mean, but U Street was the home. U Street is what I got my skills up, showed people who I was, everything. U Street is where really to go, and just keep your eyes out for venues. You know what I mean? It's not as what it used to be today because of the gentrification. And certain people are complaining that we still have venues that go on at night while they're sleeping at the Duke Ellington. But you know, like I said, we still got some of those venues. You still got 18th Street, Hella Heaven, Madam's Morgan there. You know what I mean?
It's so crazy because guys, I have a heavy spoken word background.
You probably don't remember, but I know about your work. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've performed with you. I'm gonna see how far you can remember. But
oh geez.
Nope. I'll tell you. Like, I'll just give you my number and we'll talk later. Yeah. So, but you went on right after another spoken word guy, and he's out in Maryland right now. And if I'm not mistaken, he has African roots. But I don't know the poem you did, but I took it as you was just talking about freeing yourself spiritually and longevity. And to hear people of color that we don't have extensive vocabularies, and to find a way you can find the simplest words, such as simple, but make simple have a metaphor or a characteristic of life or of a woman or just reading a book, but it was simple. People don't see that. Like, you know what I mean? Like my grandma would say, try to look into the color of blue out of gray somewhere. Try. You'll find it. You know what I mean?
Those small details.
And those small details. That's what lyricism comes into play.
Exactly.
Being an MC. You can be an MC and a poet. Because I started rapping just by writing poems. You know what I mean? My Virgo side, I wanted the girls to know that, if I didn't want to be the ratchet guy in high school. Because girls turned me to be that guy, though. Because I was a soft guy until I seen how some women can be. So I was like, okay, let's throw it on. Let's play.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it was the certain ones that I really liked and they had my attention. I would write a poem. You know what I mean? So it's like I till this day love poetry. I'll probably go to a poetry or a poem concert quicker than just rapping.
Yeah.
Like, for real, I would. Like, I love poetry.
See, I was keeping quiet because I was waiting for you to release something about Xander. I was just waiting.
This dude deep. I mean, he needs to have an interview too, man. Like I said, like I'm gonna see how far, because he's been in this area.
Oh, well, he's got
long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
like,
he's got a show that's coming up right after ours, and Streams of Consciousness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely, everybody listening, you want to check that out, because I remember he worked along with a mutual friend of ours, Tim O Productions, and Tim Bond, and basically you have a piece of material that he knows is my favorite, Inadequacy. So I'll leave it at that. Definitely listen out for that.
Well, I appreciate all the love.
So what we're gonna do though is that we're gonna go to another one of your songs though, Cage Birds.
okay.
And give us a little bit information, a little bit background on that.
Caged Birds is what it is. When you listen to it, it's about setting myself free. Who's gonna set me free? That's what the name of the song says for. But you know what I mean? It's verbatim what it is. I try to smile every day I wake up, put my knees to the floor and thank my maker. You know what I mean? Sometimes I might grab the bamboo and funnel, then I bake up, because life is beautiful like my wife with no makeup. But I'm feeling caged up like a parrot who can't fly or spread his wings. There's no meaning in life if you can't fly.
Wow.
So when I walk my life, I use my third eye. Wow. I see that trap clearly. Whatever comes, I roll with the punches, but I roll with a couple back. Life and happiness is some shoes, so I'm trying to just run with that.
Woo, DC, you better recognize.
So it's like, that's exactly what it is. It's just about setting myself free, because, like I said, me being mentally ill at one time and still knowing the traits of what my illnesses are, I'm using them instead of using them as crutches.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the medicine they can give you makes you turn those into crutches. I am so serious. These people think going to a doctor is getting medicated. Oh boy, let me tell you, those places up there on that 3rd and 4th floor, those medications are real. They are really real, and when you take that pill, from the minute of that first week, is basically what they call it, that 50-50 chance. That 50-50 chance. You either gonna survive that pill or you gonna kill yourself. And setting myself free, Cage Birds, man, was just one of those things. You know what I mean? I was just setting myself free. Like I said, for me to be the Virgo that I am, we have a tendency sometimes to hold grudges, but not show it. You know what I mean? But we'll beat ourselves up. And I just refused this year, you know what I mean? And I made it to an age at where I'm from, not too many people make it to where I made it to, you know what I mean? I'm happy. Right. You know what I mean? And some days I'm still sad though, you know what I mean? But I'm overall of it, I'm just happy. Right. I'm still here. Like,
I feel like you have a real strong purpose.
And that's it. Yeah. I mean, I know I do. I'm just waiting for God to just make that flower bloom a little bit more for me. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. I'm not, like I said, if anything I have for sin is shoes and spending the money to help people, though. You know what I mean? But otherwise than that, like, excuse me, it's just, that's just my purpose, man. I'm not going to be right until I know I done fed as many people as I could or tried. You know what I mean? And that's it. Right. That's just me. Like, people just don't see how far we have let other people come here and take what we've been doing, and they commercialized everything from the food to your own electricity. I was about to. How can you charge me electricity?
On my radio, you can say whatever you want.
I know. I'm just saying, but this. How can you charge me electricity that comes from? Man didn't make that. That was already here. It killed the first person before Benjamin Franklin had put the key in the light in the rain. It killed the first person. So how can you charge me as something that wasn't made by you?
It's capitalism.
And that's exactly what it is.
I know you can't get it without me, so I'm going to make you give me something for
and that's why I think on a spiritual note, certain things you see, like the sinkholes, you know, I'm sorry for the people that may get caught up in these things. I just think bit by bit, God is just moving the earth again to what it was. Because people fail to forget that D.C. was a very cold land. Yeah. We used to get ice storms.
Constantly.
Yeah. Back in the 30s, in the 20s. Now you just get a snow on you. Yeah. And that's it. God is just reformatting everything again. And that's just what I see. Like, you know what I mean? But have mercy on the souls who started this world.
And I'm going to get into your song, but I'll say this, though. I always look at things from different perspectives, and sometimes even like a military perspective. And if you look at it from the standpoint of just men themselves, sometimes our worst enemy is ourselves. And so that when you look at how man has damaged the earth, how they damaged human relationships, how they even now really creating a void, whereas that even the procreation of man himself is being tainted, is being diluted, or almost even stunt.
Let's just be honest. The government they're desensitizing the masculinity in men. Let's just be honest. Every rapper has to. I mean, come on, dudes. I can point out some of these rappers that I've seen in female stores picking up the tight jeans just so they can sit and look good on their shoes.
Side eye.
As y'all say, girl love. So so it's like,
but sometimes
I don't do that. Me being a Virgo, I already got enough feminine there in me in my spirit anyway. You know what I mean? It's a woman sign. But
I mean, even with that, you know, I think too that you sometimes have a force or entity that's almost bigger than man himself. That kind of takes man to this point because he really don't maybe like man that much. And I think a lot of what you're saying resonates with that. And like I mentioned when EXO was on here, you know, it's good when people can step back and start thinking about the real mechanics, the real engine that's behind it. Because sometimes we get caught up and we think like the enemy is the person that I'm looking at, whereas really there is
the person. It's the person who trained that person to make you look at that person like that.
Right. And I'm even going as far as maybe even a personage that actually is behind it that can drive a person to that. So, you know, let's do this. Let's play Cage Birds. Who's on this feature with you? It was
this beautiful lady. Oh yes, here's another artist. Her name is Denidra Roel.
Roel, that's it.
She's beautiful.
Gotcha.
Just beautiful.
Check it out, guys.
Try to smile every day I wake up, put my knees to the floor and thank my maker. Then I grab the bamboo and funnel, then I bake up. This life is beautiful like my wife with no makeup. But I'm feeling caged up like a parrot who can't fly, spread his wings. There's no meaning to life if you can't fly. So when I walk my life, I'm using my third eye. I see the trap clearly, whatever comes, roll with the punches. But I'm throwing a couple back. Life and happiness in some shoes, so I'm trying to just run with that. But I'm running like running backs. I'm married now, old life, young, and I'm done with that. I carried out all the negativity. Sometimes I even see the devil still trying to sit with me, but God ain't forgetting me. And I'm gonna be a better me, so fuck being a caged bird. Somebody take this key and set me free. Who's gonna set me free? Who's gonna set me free? Who's gonna set me free? Yeah, who's gonna set me free? My description of the vision that I'm painting, Michelangelo couldn't even paint it. It's hard for you to love your life when everything is tainted. It's even more hard when you try to maintain it. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and what I'm spitting is worth for you to listen. Follow guidelines towards your inner vision. Since the day of my birth, I noticed I had a purpose. Keep goodies like your favorite grandmama purses. Just to get it out, I let it out in verses. Even if I felt me a purpose, writing for cursives. And no rehearsing, I know what I need to say. Trying to be free like a pelican or blue jay, but you would say I would never make it out. Yeah, I make my mama proud, but you niggas hating here anyway. And I got one shot, I need me a sling so I can fly and set off on beautiful wings. Who's gonna set me free? Who's gonna set me free? Who's gonna set me free? Who's gonna set me free?
Caged Birds, D.O.E, Cigapom. Man, the music is deep.
That poem right there at the end.
Make you think of all that's been, make you think of all that's past, all that's closed that won't come back again. Think about study, do it, be about what needs to be about what needs. Yeah, please, right now, be about what needs to be. Only revolution
will set us free.
Isn't that something? So what?
Like he said, but in the first part in the intro, you got to hit that album when he was like, how they look at us like a cockroach that's walking on toast and a biscuit, and that's impelled into your sympathy for you to feed me. What? Like, how can you just break something? You know what I mean?
He's thinking.
Like, how can you break me down like that? I'm already eating. I'm a cockroach. That's what you made me. So why do I need you to feed me if I'm already a cockroach? I eat off everything.
Right.
He took something and glorified it for I am that cockroach. Because I can infest your house like this world. The black people of color, whether you're Hispanic, Jamaican, Indian, West Indian, Asian, you are black. We infested this world. So we feed you for real. You are really the cockroach, but you made it out in the TV and in the industry world that we are, because we need necessities of material. But that right, oh man.
Yeah. But
I'm sorry, but I just get lost sometimes.
No, because I mean that really shows the depth of what we're talking about, you know, and where that sometimes, in most cases, got lost. You know, it's not there. I mean, you hear about popping Molly, and you hear about 20 bottles, and you talk.
And half of them people that pop Molly don't even know that Duke Ellington used to walk this same street that we walking on right now. Frederick Douglass used to walk this same street that we are walking on right now. Yeah. All of the famous artists that you loved and your mother loved, all of them used to walk this street
before the Harlem Renaissance.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Occurred
Jesus,
on U Street in
before
DC.
all of that.
The building where Indulge is. was an actual theater, cafe, dinner, restaurant.
Yep.
Harry Belafonte,
I was about to say that,
was hired there and was fired from there. That was his first professional
you told me
act.
that story.
It was. I mean, where we're sitting right now. I mean, this building that we're in.
And that was also the same place a lot of people don't know where Dunbar got kicked out of and ended up opening up his own stores right here on 7th Street when you pass Georgia Avenue in Florida, where the Wells Fargo took that bank now. So, like I said, man, all of these kids don't know their history, and for real, no disrespect, y'all not real Washingtonians to me.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know y'all history.
Well, that's kind of part of the whole dynamics of the new DC is that
they want to erase our culture. They're really trying to erase go-go. They're really trying to erase the Ben's Chili feel, because even Ben's Chili don't even taste the same no more. Like let's just be 100. You know what I mean? Florida Grill, Oohs and Ahs, all of these places don't taste how they used to. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because we gotta have a certain acquired taste for the new people. Damn that, my cornbread gonna taste the same way it came before you got here and after you leave here, and that's what they do, and that's cool. But the people that are still less fortunate that really have nowhere to go. Is you know,
they're getting pushed out, and what's not only being pushed out of just the people, but it's the culture, it's the mentality, it's everything that's basically created this area that built upon not just hip hop music but just music of color people overall.
I still think we are growing as a people of color. What I think, in a parallel world spiritually, I think this world again is what it was maybe in the 1600s or whatever. Like if you notice, there are so many Hispanics again. We are related to Indians. So if you look at it, if we can just put our robes back on and our garbs, that's the time we're in again. Our land and took our land back for real. But they're still trying to find a way to integrate, and that's not a problem either. I don't have a problem with no races or anything. I just have a problem with the people that think that what they did is just still alive to form all of these buildings and governments. Do you think you're giving me something?
Exactly.
I don't owe you nothing. You don't owe me anything, and you damn sure don't have nothing holding over my head. God gives me everything.
There's a phrase that I was getting into a couple of days ago, and it was "God bless the man that has his own." I think that's what it was. I might be misphrasing it. But it spoke
God
so
bless the child who holds his own.
That holds his own. I mean, and that speaks so much to me about, because I mean, me personally, I've always felt like my main priority as an artist or as an entity, as a brand or as anything, is to have full control of any intellectual property that I have. Because I don't quite understand giving away something that I created just for an opportunity of other people experiencing it.
You sound like Huey P. Newton.
You said what?
You sound like Huey Newton.
Yeah, I mean that's
because people fail to forget he was a big poet.
Yeah, I mean
that's those speeches that he was doing outside with guns. That was poetry. People don't think that this man was writing, and that's what people.
Songs of the mind.
That's what would have me and him marching and having our own march, and somebody trying to. That's what I'm saying. Where that other entity will try to hurt us.
Well, you look where that came from. That came from raw energy. That came from raw inner center of a person's being, because it's such an emotional drive that go. I mean, even to the point of where later on you start hearing the revolution would not be televised. And when you get into some of the other,
have you heard that album? Well, I know you have as a kid,
but I mean,
it on a 45.
I mean, it is still.
It's chilling.
I mean, but that's just
it's beyond.
It's chilling.
When I was in high school, 11th grade, we did that as a stage play, and it was almost overwhelming to try to conceptualize what people was actually trying to convey in respects to, one, the blackness, not just a black man, but the blackness, whereas that there's an essence that really lives there. And I think that's what's missing, is that we try to write a book about it. I even saw a book once that actually talked about how to be black, or how to be this way.
I know what you,
And right now, and we had a conversation yesterday preparing for this particular show, many people, and I'll go this direction where they say, the white people here in D.C., they're not scared of any of us, because for the most part, they feel that there has been an instructional guidebook on how to be black. And they kind of categorize it, whereas that really, can you put that into a jar? Can you really take what it means, the trials, the tribulations, the expectations, the faults, the perfections, the imperfections? Can you really take all that in the essence of a person and put it in a 100-page to 200-page book? You cannot.
We change every day.
But because of that, they have now, everybody has risen up to a point of feeling like, well, I'm that. I'm this. You know, it's like I even hear people, you know, at one time when you're like, hey, brother, how you doing? And they're like, brother?
I actually
my brother. Who's that?
I had a taxi, a guy, he was a Jehovah's Witness, literally look at me crazy because he said, he was like, I'm sorry to even imitate him, but you know, like, I just have to ask, why did you call me brother? I wanted to go not even Afrocentric on it, but just look at your color, look how your skin shine, bruh. Like, do you know what people are doing to have the skin that you have?
The bigger
do
question
you know
is,
what people are doing?
What
do you even know from even the people don't even know to the nappiest hair is the reason why the person has the finest hair is because of the nappiest hair. That's not coming from your mom being white or Indian. No, that comes from the actual coursed hair. The hair that you can straighten out, cornrow, dry, press, condition. You can't do that with straight hair. My wife is Puerto Rican. You can't just flat out girl, let me cornrow your hair. No, it's going to break out. It's thin. It's loosen up. So even she knows that. My wife is light skinned. Like, you would think she's white, even how she talks to you. But she would tell you she knows she's black. Because she knows where she's from. She knows Puerto Rico. She knows what it was about. She knows all of those islands and everything. Like, there's no way I'm going to sit here and just say, from even what they say in about when it was dark, then it was light. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, if you really even look at it scientifically, chemically, genetically, you have to have pigmentation first before you to even have no pigmentation. Did I say that the most subliminal? You know what I mean? But direct.
I mean,
so it's
I
true.
got it.
It's no other way. So even from our name, you can't even give where our name come from, or from being Negro or black or whatever, to where you say Caucasian. We know where that come from. The mountains. Where the black alchemist was finding out how to make skin different genetically, the indigo blood, as they used to call it, the ones that can mix with everything, which we do today.
Exactly.
We still mix, so we are the indigo bloods. You're the only people that don't disrespect, and it's two types. My great grandmother has taught me this, and I've seen it. It's not to try to be racist. Certain ones have blue veins, certain ones have green. The ones that have green has melanin. Sicilians, Italians. That's it. So the rest of the Europeans, something happened up there in that mountain.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's just what I'm starting to see. I've seen it even. My great grandmother used to hate seeing Theodore Roosevelt, or the guy who used to dress up, the president. Because she used to say, look at his eyes. Look how he's confronted. He would never tell you the truth, but have a devilish smirk on him. And that's why I was always trying to tell you, my great grandmother was told me, certain people that doesn't have hue, they just can't vibrate and cry at the drop because they feel for you, or there's something about it and behind you.
I ain't gonna
and she used to always ask that question. How come, mind you, my grandmother was a slave. She didn't work. Why do they ask what's your alias on applications? Are we aliens? Because I think they are. Because all of the movies they make is about them taking over people on Earth. Like, but look at it. Just in a metaphor. Just look.
My grandmother.
Them people can't vibrate like us, man. Like, I've been to funerals with their own family. The black people over there, oh Lord, that was my best friend Jesus, and the white dude is just,
God rest his soul.
I hope it's okay.
I mean,
he was struggling.
My grandmother died at 97, and she had 15 children.
Jeez.
And my father was one of the youngest. He was first from the youngest, and so she was a lot older than me. Like my uncle on my father's side is the same age as like my grandmother on my mother's side. But it's like she used to always tell me that you always know when it's cold outside. And I was like, why? And then she was like, because, the Caucasians have on coats. And this is just more so to speak to her frame of mind and how she saw Caucasians. And and I was like, what do you mean, Grandma? And she said, because they're spawned from hell. And it was just like, what exactly does that mean? And she said, well, it usually takes white people longer to get cold than it does black people. And then I was just like, I don't think that's true. And it took me for a long time. I was just like, she's just giving me that old indentured service slave talk.
Have you remember the thing in the Bible when they was talking about, I forgot, but it was basically a man of no color, of hue, no hue, and he was casted into the pig? That happens in real life for pigs. It takes them a long time to get cold. When they perspirate,
because of their skin.
When they perspirate, it's very similar. It's very similar. To the point where people don't know even where this lady, I forgot her name, she used to make aloe oil back home. Not in my home, but she was in one of her homes, from perspiration of black sweat. And it was the best chemical. She tried to use it, it broke people out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but you won't. They won't put that on the news, though.
But you know,
they won't put that on the news.
Like when you do certain things that happen in the world, especially in different parts of the world, different practices, different things like that. Like a lot of times, it kind of speaks to the frame of mind of the society. Because I know you were talking about Dominican Republic a lot, and it's I know a lot of people from Panama and stuff like that.
Got cousins, yes.
Their culture and their society is still very traditional.
Yep, we take care of our family.
Old.
If you come out your backyard with a grill or calderon about to make some arroz, habichuelas, some sancocho, whatever it is, my cousins, their aunts, mothers, sisters, the whole block we're gonna have a block party. We can do it every day, or somebody gonna go to the store and get some fish, some pollo, whatever. And that's what it is over here.
It's not, and I think
it's
that's
why you over at my gate looking at
our point of society in the United States.
Right.
I think that because we don't have the heritage and the history, just as a country, that a lot of these other places do, and because we're so melting pot and everything like that, and everybody's kind of mixed in with a little bit of something else, and you know, not that saying that
we was already mixing though. That's the thing. We've been mixing for thousands and thousands.
But it's like without that consistent story, without that consistent heritage, that legacy, it leads to everybody feeling like strangers.
You know what it is though?
What?
We have everything that you guys have, matrix wise, TV, radios, phones. We don't use them.
I know.
But see,
and that's the not trying to be funny. That's the difference. Back home, we will be on the beach all day drinking Coronas, whatever you want to do, and won't worry about a phone or tell it. You know why? Because we use it when we want to use it. To whereas over here, you are promoted. You're being promoted to use it.
But that spirit is now being pushed worldwide because, again, going back to what I was saying about how people are being put into a jar. How much do you rate a human soul? How much do you rate, a person of, certain caliber that you admire or afraid of, black people in particular. So if you can almost take the supernaturalness out of it and make it common, then later it's like you don't have anything to really base yourself on. So now you got everybody spreading.
But if that happens though, I think that'll be the day where the special force that helps us go to work every day and receive currency will try to push a big button and kill all of us.
But see, I think we're already kind of there because
we are there. We are there in a commercial way.
Right.
But I'm talking about if everybody vibrated the way that we used to on the indigenous souls.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
they couldn't handle that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But there's a level of truth that's been stripped from that. And
it's truth because they took everything. They moved these lands. They took down these trees. They do all of those things. But at the end of the day, we let them.
Mm-hmm. And they've also demoralized and they also commercialized some of the basic stuff.
It's funny.
Spirituality is one.
Yes, they do that.
Another
you should see the people that I've seen come down as a kid. When, I never... Oh my God, he's black. Like, yeah, you've never been to an indigenous land? Caucasus, mountains. That's when that's when I get upset. And then the other side of me just, yep, that's mountains. And that's my little code term. Even my wife like, babe, stop, don't do that. Nah, that's mountains for you right there. Because at the end of the day, you're coming here researching my land, curry spices and all of these flowers that we've been eating and making soups with to help us, and you're charging us for it. that goes to show you knew nothing about what we knew. You waited, you sat back and watched. And that same scheme you got, you learn how to promote and give it right back to us people. And even myself, I said the only common that we have of people is enslaving our own people. Because black people fail to forget that we slaved our own people first.
But that's what I was going to get to. That point is that, unfortunately, we have helped in the commercializing of those things. And it's just like even with music. We can, Wale, you may have seen the post that I put up where is that he was actually getting some backlash from people here in D.C. because he was saying that how, what was it? What's his name? From
I already know MTV, what you're about to say, yeah.
From, he's right on the tip of my tongue, but he was interviewing him on Sway was interviewing him, and Sway basically, said that, why hasn't go-go music, and he even said, I want to give homage to go-go music. So why hasn't go-go music really gotten out there in the mainstream? And Wale said the reason why is because it draws violence because of how they're calling out cliques, they're calling out different groups, this crew, and if these two crews are meeting in the same spot. That's what our foundation was at, and you see what I'm saying? And but that's what they was already doing at. You see what I'm saying? Like I played go-go. And what people fail to forget, it's hard for us to be the band and watch y'all really do that to us. You see what I'm saying? But if that's the culture that we young, why can't we not show love to the neighborhoods that we know? Right. You see what I'm saying? And no disrespect. He didn't really come from this area to even see that culture. You see what I'm saying? Your family came down in here to come see that culture.
We're not supposed to say that.
I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to just be honest about it. I got love for the dude and the dude's craft and all of that. But, like, it's tattooed on me. Right. Not for style, not for even for the fact that I'm wearing a white man's crest on my arm. But this is where my birth certificate is. This is where my first home was. Like, there's a vibration that I'm very passionate when it comes to go-go music because I know what it is about the real underground where you don't hear the radio songs and we play our own music and we can tell you the difference from a socket to a pocket, from open hi-hat grooves to closed hi-hat grooves, to roller toms to dope jam grooves, to bounce to slow bounce. So it's like all of those things. Even though I don't really not a big fan of bounce because I can some bounce bands. They are like the Gucci man of rap. You see what I'm saying? It really is. No, I'm sorry. I'm Hispanic. So when you are playing timbales, dung, 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 what in the hell are you doing to my instruments? And that's what I have the right to ask because when I learned how to play roller toms and doing the booty calls, the old songs that they call those, you know what I mean? But I had to go surfaced and watch what's his name? Tito Puentes. I had to watch people like that. Jesus Rodriguez. Like, these are people that was playing this stuff. Say they've been doing go-go for years too. Right. Go-go also came from the term from India. Look it up. The musical term go-go is from India. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's another metaphor to show you how far that music had been traveling for years before it even hit Washington, D.C.
And the fact that it's still existing.
And it's still growing. Right. If we are not related to all people of color, then who are we related to?
But see, those are the connections that I feel like needs to be discussed and needs to be taught.
They don't want us to discuss those things.
If you don't know how you're connected to the person sitting next to you or the person sitting across from you, you're not going to really care what happens to the person sitting across from you or sitting next to you.
Yes.
Like, if you don't understand that everybody is connected somehow, even 6 degrees of separation, all that stuff, everybody is connected. That's just how the world rotates. That's how it works. Right. Whether you're on a different continent or whether you're here. One of my best friends is in North Korea in the military. I'm still connected to him. Like, I still feel him. Like, we still talk. I still feel for him. So it's like we're all connected no matter how far you are, whether you have seen somebody or not or met somebody. It's the same thing. We're all human beings. We all come from the same thing.
Right. So look, this conversation has really been not only enlightening, but I'm sure for our listeners as well, a true education, not only just of music, but of the soul and just really a lot of points that we can take away, and that is that we don't throw away our heritage, we don't throw away people, and that we strengthen and we bond everyone. And so I'm saying that because we got a last few seconds, and I want to make sure that you shout out to the DMV where you're going to be performing and also what you're going to be doing.
How we can get in touch with you. Where can we find
Yes, you can get in touch with me at my website is docigapom.com, DOECIGAPOM as in man .com, because some people put in. And you can also reach me at Twitter and @DoCigapom, Facebook the same at D.O.E, Instagram D.O.E, SoundCloud. You can pick up all of my music, Cage Birds, and Culture Shock 2012 AD that I dropped in 2010 off of my website. And also you can go to docigapom.bandcamp.com to reach all of my music. Email, you can go to docigapom.info.com.